Okay, so today we're going to talk about how we rate books. And we have our chocolate here. Some good Lindt Excellence, 78% cacao. So, how do we rate books? Would you like to start while I open the chocolate?
You start.
All right, well, you open the chocolate then. I will get my tea. So, like most people, I feel like I use the standard 5-star rating system. So I rate books on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. What? Is this boring?
5 stars? I mean,
Do you want me to
like
do
stars.
it as analogies?
I do.
Well, hang on. Let me. Do you want me to make my stars more interesting?
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
fine.
Maybe make them like, red giant star or dwarf star.
No. I'll give you 1-star book. It's kind of like that feeling when you're in the shower and the shower curtain touches you. It's the worst, but it's just awful. You can't get over it. You're like, never again.
Okay, I like that one.
Okay.
I like that one.
Okay, a 2-star book. Not as bad as the shower incident. I just showered, which is why clearly that's on my mind. A 2-star book is more like, when you're like eating a bag of chips and you think there's one more handful but there isn't, and it's just sorely disappointing. That's a 2-star book.
Okay.
Okay, 3-star is kind of like when you have just a really good day at work. Nothing good happens, nothing bad happens, but you're just like, this is how it should be. Like, it's okay.
Neutral.
Okay. Yeah. 4-star book. I don't know, what's something like pretty good?
The Weekend.
Yeah, okay.
Or the last day, like, whatever time you end work on your last shift before you get to go home for a while.
No, I'd say that it's like a good cup of hot chocolate. It's really satisfying, but it's only satisfying while you're drinking it, Like afterwards you're like, okay. So that's a 4-star book. Good, but it's out of your head soon. Whereas a 5-star book is like...
Pizza!
Oh, sure. It's like, oh my goodness, this sticks with me. It's like the birth of our son. Like it's mind blowing. It changes your life.
You do nothing but complain about that.
No, I mean like the feeling that we had when we first held him. How about that? Mind blowing. It changes your life. So like it makes you think, or
Except everybody can relate to pizza.
Okay, pizza. I think that, like most people, I would say ones and 2s are books that you won't recommend, whereas like 3+ you would. But on varying degrees.
I like your star system.
And we're back.
So when you listen to one of my reviews, something I like about books, keep in mind that I like things simple. I don't always like big, complex things. I hate info dumps where the author just throws a bunch of stuff at you to remember right away in the beginning. That bothers me. So if you like that, then just keep that in mind when you listen to my review. So I look at 3 things when reviewing books: writing style, world building, and character development. We can put more down in the description of how I look at those if you're interested. I also rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. So what is 10 compared to what? So I compare all my books to the Robert Jordan series, Wheel of Time, because that is my favorite book series to date. So that is how I do my reviews, pretty much.
Another thing that I think helps to rate a book is, as I'm reading, I'm often thinking, like, if you're not thinking during a book, you're not enjoying it. Like, right now, I'm finishing up The Way of Kings by Sanderson, and I'm constantly turning to Joe like every 2 pages, and I'm making comments about what's happening, or the characters are being annoying, or I'm trying to be like point out mistakes that Brandon Sanderson has made, but then it turns out 2 pages later he acknowledges exactly what my point was. So if you're not thinking while you're reading, I just think that's a bad book.
I don't agree. Because I don't want to be thinking. I want to just be reading the story. I want to be so engrossed by the story that I just want to keep going and find out what happens next.
Yeah, so you probably are thinking. You're thinking about what happens next. That's what's plowing you through the book.
But I'm not even thinking about what's happening next. I'm just in that moment. I am on that page. I'm not thinking about what happens next.
Then you're a simpleton.
Yeah, pretty much.
So let us know in the comments below, how do you rate books? Do you do a 1 through 5 star? Do you do something different? If you do the 1 through 5 star or 1 through 10 star, what roughly is each star to you? Like, is it on how satisfied you are, how you would recommend it to somebody else, or what do you do? Let us know in the comments.
On a scale of 1 to pizza.